Hi everyone, it's Christy here from Sweet Girl Designs, and I'm back again with another Project Life process video. This one is for April 10th through the 16th. I'm using Chamel's Little by Little collection because of the cute bunnies. This is Easter weekend. This is kind of an interesting spread because this week we were actually on a trip with my parents, and Aaron was at home working, and so I had a ton of photos from that, but then I also had a ton of photos for Easter. So what I did was I just picked all the photos that were not specific to our trip and included them in this spread. Then there's going to be two other layouts of photos from our trip. So a little bit different, but I wanted to include everything. So I just started because I knew what I wanted to do here on this card. Every week I use the Instax photo, and so I had this 3x4 card from Gossamer Blue, which had colors that matched perfectly with the Little by Little collection. And then I used a tassel from the Crate Paper Wonder collection, and then a little die cut piece from Chamel and just layered those up. I attached the tassel using my tiny attacher. And then I went to write on the Instax with a slick writer, and I just did not like the way that it looked. And so I just covered it up with a label. And I really like the way that the colors look in that little card. All right, so now I have a 4x6 kind of journaling card. I knew I wanted to bring this bunny in from the collection because it is Easter weekend. So I thought that was pretty perfect. And then what I did was I just took a piece of 12 by 12 paper from the collection and cut it down to 4 by 6, but I left the branding strip on there just to add some interest and another pop of color. And I brought in a 3 by 4 card that says on this day, that's also from Gossamer Blue, and it just allows a spot for some journaling. I'm also using a homemade flare, which I received in a swap, and it just says Happy Easter and has a really cute little egg on there as well. And then on this photo, I'm using a label and then a sticker from the Amy Tangerine sticker book. I just went through all my stuff pretty much. I have this like container under my desk that I just throw everything that doesn't really have a home. So that's kind of my go-to spot. I pick all of my papers, I pick kind of the collection that I know I want to work with. I go through that collection and pick the embellishments that I want, and then I go through this bin of stuff. And so in that bin of stuff, I found the Amy Tangerine sticker book. I found the tassels. I found this chipboard from Gossamer Blue. I found the little chipboard that's from Dear Lizzie that you see is the love and the plus signs there. So I kind of went through and picked out some stuff, and then I have just a small pile of things to reach for, and I don't have to stop and look for things as I go. I work better that way. It would take me forever if I just kind of stopped and looked for things to fit every photo or every card. So I just kind of limit myself that way. I pick things based on color or theme. So yeah, that's what works best for me. All right, so that was really quick, hey? So this is gonna be a super quick layout. Now I'm on to the left-hand side, and I'm just going through that Gossamer Blue chipboard again, just to see what works, and I pick out that hello kind of ticket piece and layer that up with a label, and then reaching for the Dear Lizzie chipboard, which that's really all I have left, and it's barely hanging on to the sticker sheet there, so I lose some pieces along the way, but I just put the word fun there on that picture of Nora in the bath. For some reason, I chose to give her some Skittles in the bathtub, so I thought that's pretty cute. And I wanted to kind of put a label there to say like bath time fun or something like that, but it just didn't look right, so I'm going to come back to that. I added a label from my stash to that photo in the bottom right and just brought in some more plus signs just to kind of continue that along. And then I really wanted to add something extra to this photo, and I thought I'd bring in these puffy stickers. I really struggle with these puffy stickers for this layout. I obviously want to use them, but I just cannot find the place. I don't want it to be too cutesy and bring in like all the animals, and I don't really have very many hearts, and I don't really want to bring in more flowers, so it's kind of tricky to use those things. But I go back to the sticker book and I find this sticker that kind of works with the colors. It's kind of the same as the brighter pink in the floral card next to it, but it just says typical. So now it'll say typical fun. And when I took off the fun, it kind of left the cardboard or chipboard residue, so I just kind of scratch and peel that off. It's about at this point in the layout that Adeline's getting like super fussy. It's supposed to be her nap time, and she's been sick, so I am wearing her at this point. And so, if things seem a little bit more choppy or slow going, that's probably why. Especially when I'm adding the alphas, I really am struggling because I got a baby, and the baby's in the way, so it's really really tricky. But I wanted to add the words 7 years to this picture of these flowers. While we were away in BC, my husband and I celebrated our 7 year anniversary, and so when we returned, he had these flowers waiting for me, and so I just wanted to kind of document that. And then the card next to it says, "We are so good together." And again, I picked that card for the sentiment and also because the colors matched pretty perfectly. So I'm trying to like line these these stickers up, which I love. I love these stickers. These are, I think they're called Cloud, and they're from the Maggie Holmes collection. I always forget the name of her latest collection, but Chasing Dreams, I think. And I just was really struggling and it just wasn't looking right. And so I thought maybe I'd bring in something different. And I was really struggling too because I didn't have the numbers for the date in that mint colored alpha that I just put down. So I just opted instead to use these gold and pink ones, which are really cute. And I had the numbers that I needed, so I go for that. And then, yeah, so really tedious in putting down putting down the simple sentiment for this photo. And then that card off to the left that says "We are so good together" is going to change in the still photos. I did my journaling off camera just because I was wearing Adeline and I just couldn't get a good I knew my writing wasn't going to be very good. So I did it off camera, and I ended up journaling around the card, and I just ran out of room. It looked horrible, so I ended up matting that card, trimming it down and matting it on some cardstock. This is going to be my title card, so I just had this 3x4 yellow pattern paper cut down. I originally was going to put this paper behind the Instax, but then found the card instead. And so I just put that as a spot to have my title or my date, and I'm bringing in both the alphas for this. I layered up another tassel and another die cut floral piece from the Little by Little collection. And I really like the way that this turned out. It just came together super quickly. It's pretty simple, but I do really like the way it looks. I like how it brings in all the colors and some continuing elements throughout the layout. So that's that. And then I'm coming back to this card again. It shouldn't be this hard, but I just wanted to bring in some extra embellishments there, the hearts, to fill in some space. Now I'm going to look at both layouts side by side and decide to bring in so the remaining hearts. And I know that I've lost one at this point. I'm looking for it, but I do find it later on, so you'll see that in the stills. But I'm bringing in this greeny blue, deep greeny blue heart, and I add a pink heart off camera. And then I want to bring the alphas over to this side of the layout, so I'm going to do a mix and write Egg Hunt. And that just brings them to both sides of the layout. and it gives it a more balanced look. And I also really like when the alphas cover all 3 rows of the page protector. So you'll have you have the title card in the top row, the 7 years in the middle row, and then egg hunt in the bottom row. It doesn't always work out that way, but I really like when it does. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this process video. Just a reminder that on Saturday we're doing a YouTube hop with Sarah McClellan and Tara from Create Life Paperworks, so be sure to tune in for that. Thank you as always for watching. I love hearing from you and I appreciate your likes and comments. Thanks so much. Bye.